you know, I don't think we played our best game today against a really good Notre Dame football team. But you know, it starts with me. We got to do a better job as coaches, you know, preparing. We didn't convert enough third downs. We didn't get enough stops on defense. You know, they ran the ball on us, which they've done all year. They didn't run for 306 yards. So you know, we held them probably to their average or less. But we didn't get enough stops, and it starts with me and every coach on down, and we got to make more plays. But you know, I'm proud of our football team. You know, we don't quit at the end. There's no quit. These guys. We get a fourth down stop. You know, then we take the ball down and score a touchdown. You know, there's no quit out of our football team. You know, we got a lot of season ahead. We'll get locked in and get ready for Georgia Tech on the road, and excited for that one. Questions?
Pat, I'm sure you wanted to make a statement on that opening drive, and just a couple drops there, a couple drops in the first half. Like, how deflating was that?
They're deflating. It's a game of momentum, and you know, you got to make those big time players. And again, our skill guys, they've done a great job all year. So I'm not going to complain. You know, big time players make big time plays in big time games, and that's what we have to do. And if you don't make those big plays, but it's a momentum change. I mean, Mason puts the ball on a dime, but again, you know, the game of football is not easy. But we'll learn from it. We'll bounce back and go on the road and get a W.
How did you feel like your offensive line played today?
You know, it's hard to say without watching the videotape, but obviously they put a lot of pressure on our quarterback, so we didn't play good enough. And again, they're talented up front. When you put yourself in third down long, we knew we were going to get a lot of different fronts and stunts and picks and all kinds of different stuff. And we didn't do a great job. And I don't think we did a great job in scramble too. When he's scrambling, our receivers got to get open. It was very touchy out there today, as you guys probably know. But we got to make plays.
Pat, Mason was sacked 3 times in I think the first 8 minutes or so. Do you think that early pressure had him shaken up at all?
You know, he's not a guy that gets shaken up, but I think it would shake anybody up a little bit. You start to go, okay, I'm gonna have to get the heck out of here. So again, give them credit. They got a good front seven. You know, as talented as you're facing the country, and they got good players.
At the long touchdown run by Love, followed by the pick six in a span of 17 seconds, just how difficult was it to come back from that, and how did you guys try to respond?
You know, our kids, I think, responded well. I mean, there's adversity in the game. I don't think our guys ever put their head down and they popped a run on us, and you know, we've seen that before. He's talented, man. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate. I mean, that's a big guy with some speed that can go. You know, we missed a couple tackles and didn't fit it great. So we got to be more physical at the point of attack and make plays.
Pat, this wasn't a must-win in your eyes, but for the Pitt fans,
they're all must-wins.
But for the Pitt fans, it had a little bit more meaning. You sold out crowd, game day, Aaron Donald retirement. What do you say to the fans after a show like this?
I apologize to the fans. I mean, that was a great showing. I mean, I walked out the game day. That was a heck of a day, at least to start. You know, for our Pitt fans, for the University of Pittsburgh, for the city of Pittsburgh. And I appreciate everything they did. I wish I could have given more.
There's only still Mason's 6th game. You think there's some things you could take from this game, learn how you got to go on the road and play another big time opponent?
Yeah, no question about it, Paul. I mean, you know, every player on a football team can learn from, you know, just the little details. And I'm watching stuff on defense, at least from the iPad. There's so many details that we can fix and clean up that I look at and go, what are you doing? You know, you know, we haven't done in the past. So, you know, that's all part of it. I want to make sure guys weren't too hyped up. Maybe they were, but you know, I thought that was one of the keys to victory is making sure guys didn't get too cranked up. And you know, when you start to drop passes, it gives me a signal that maybe you were too excited. You know, I didn't want them to get too darn excited. You know, because that's how they beat you is by getting you too hyped up for them.
Just about the kicker situation, I mean, obviously you didn't have Trey, and you also attempted a 53-yarder with Sam. Is that normally his range?
He's hit him before. I mean, I think if you go back to the spring game, he hit a 52-yarder. We got a lot of confidence in you know, that's a long kick, but you know, we had to take a shot at it. We were in a 4th down and go area of the field, and I wanted to see what he had. I mean, you know, we do that every time, whether it's Trey. I mean, 52 yards is no good, you know, not easy for any kicker. You know, but we took a penalty on that series as well. If we don't get a penalty, Poppy caught a big ball, I think, you know, on a dig inside, and we could have had better field position. But like those details and the operation was not good enough on offense.
Pat, you mentioned the third downs earlier, and I was just curious, what do you think is the biggest reason you guys weren't able to convert?
Pressure on the quarterback. You know, again, you have to go back and watch tape if our guys were getting open or tugged or whatever else was happening in there. But yeah, we got to get open, we got to make plays, and we got to protect our quarterback. We didn't do a good enough job across the board when you don't convert a third down, you convert a couple fourth downs. We get down to the 1 yard line, to the half-inch yard line, we don't get a touchdown. I mean, it's kind of one of those days, I guess. The game could have been a lot closer than it was. Our kids played their tails off. I love that team in that locker room. They played hard, they didn't quit, and that's what you love about this group. There was no hanging heads down there. Our guys were playing.
How impactful were the multiple short field opportunities for Notre Dame? A couple touchdown drops started around midfield.
Yeah, I mean, we got midfield, across midfield for sure. I mean, shoot, that first series, I mean, 48-yard line. I mean, it was 43-yard line. I mean, it was not good field position in the first half. I don't know what, but we definitely got dominated, by field position, and we can't do that to ourselves.
How much did the Love rushing touchdown, that pick six, and 2 plays in the first quarter really change the game?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, it's a game of momentum. I haven't seen that pick six yet. I just saw the guy walk in the end zone, so I'm not sure what he saw, what coverage they were in. Obviously, check that out tonight, but it's a game of momentum. Instead of us going down and scoring and not making some plays, they turn around.
How do you keep this loss from kind of like snowballing?
Very easily. It's my job as the head coach to make sure that we don't let it snowball in anything. We got a great Georgia Tech team now. We got another top 25 team coming up this week, and that's where our focus goes. But we got to get ready to play down in Atlanta, and I'm excited. Our kids will be excited. This will not snowball into anything.
What did you make of the red zone situation? I think you guys had 8 plays that couldn't get in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, you got to convert. They're not they're one of the best red zone defenses in the country. We didn't make plays. We look at the videotape, see what we were doing. I thought we had an excellent game plan going in, but good defenses, change that.
Couple more. Coach Freeman just mentioned during his press conference, he mentioned Mason and his ability to escape the pocket. He said that's something that very impressed him and eluded the defense from bigger plays. Any silver lining in what you saw in his escapability that?
Yeah, I mean, he's avoiding some really good players, and I wish he wouldn't have to do as much of that as he is, but we've seen him do that all year. He's made plays with his feet. I'm glad he came out healthy, and he's a fighter. He's a fighter. Mason's a good player, and I was happy for Eli to come down and get a touchdown pass at the end as well, just to give him some time as well.
Anything else?